friend, does the thought of setting goals excite you or fill you with dread? Hi, I'm Kate Glasheen. I'm a voice and dialect coach with a passion for health and wellness. You can learn more about me at kateglasheen.com, and if you enjoy today's video, please like and subscribe below. Let's get started. Whatever area of your life you'd like to improve, you want to get good at setting meaningful goals. But why does setting goals fill some people with dread? I mean, after all, it's going after something you really want, right? Something that will make your life better? If you think about it, setting a goal is vulnerable. You are declaring to the world that you are determined to achieve something very specific and usually ambitious. And often, as soon as we make that declaration, the possibility that we may fail comes crashing down on us. Now, we will all fail, and we could talk about ways to handle that, but that's a different video. Suffice to say that failure is an inevitable and necessary part of life, and you will survive it. Of all the advice that's out there about setting goals, here are the 3 things I think are the most important. Number 1, know your why. Now, if you haven't heard of Simon Sinek yet, then check out his TED Talk, Start With Why. This is definitely not my original idea, and he mostly applies it to business, but here's how you can use it as an individual. It may seem obvious, but knowing why you want to achieve something is hugely important. First, ask yourself, is this even your goal? Or is it based on some parental or societal expectation? You won't last long working for something that someone else wants for you. Second, imagine what it'll be like to achieve it. A couple years ago, I thought I wanted a particular role within my professional voice organization, and I realized the more I thought about it that I was most excited about the title on my resume, not the day-to-day reality of what the role entailed. I'm pretty sure that if I'd listened to my ego, I would have regretted it. So be sure your goal is something you really do want, and then be sure your why is so strong it will carry you through those inevitable tough times when you just don't want to do the work. A line item on my resume or a title, not a strong enough why, but wanting to help a specific group of people or in a specific way, or wanting to grow your finances so you can be more generous, those are stronger whys. So once you have your goal, refine your why until it's simple, to the point, and actionable. You can check out my why in the description below. Number 2, set goals you can see. Now, this doesn't mean think small. Set big, ambitious goals for yourself, but find smaller landmarks along the way. And here's the key, make them visible. If you're on a long, arduous hike and you're getting worn out, you don't focus on the end point that you can't even see. You focus on that tree 200 yards in the distance. You can make it to that tree. You get to the tree, you find the next tree in the distance, and tree by tree or rock by rock, you make it to the end. Now, you've probably heard to break big goals into smaller goals before, but really, make those small goals as visible as those actual trees. And however you can make that happen. So when I first started playing the guitar, I would practice very intermittently. I'd play for a few days and then maybe not touch it for weeks. Thinking about how much there was to learn and how far I had to go before I could really play was overwhelming, and sometimes I just didn't want to do it. And playing was really just for me. I was self-taught. It's not like I had a recital to prepare for. So I decided to make my goal visible by using the guitar itself. It sits in its stand opposite where I sit on the couch, so I always see it. And I decided I would play it every day, and I would play it every day for 6 months. And some days I would play an hour, other days I could only pick it up for 5 minutes, but I would do it because I didn't want to break my streak. And the only days that I almost forgot to play were the days where I had left it in its case and it wasn't sitting right in front of me. Now, I'm no Jimi Hendrix, but 6 months later, I'm way better than I was before just by doing those incremental small steps because I could see it right in front of me. Some goals are not as visible as a literal guitar or as observable as, say, like building muscle. And that's when cash in a jar or X's on a calendar or vision boards are great visual representations of where you're going and how far you've come. So get creative. Find some way to visually represent the goal that you're after and keep it right in front of you. Number 3, commit without attachment. And while you're passionate about the big goal you've set, you also want to commit to the daily behaviors that will get you there without getting emotionally attached to immediate results. Some days I really feel my progress on the guitar and it's so fun. And other days, like when I'm working on bar chords, for example, it can actually feel like I'm getting worse. It actually took me a year just to get the bar chord shape into my hand. Now, but if I got disappointed every time I couldn't immediately do a new bar chord or a chord change, well, then I would have quit a long time ago. I do get frustrated, but I remind myself that I'm playing a long game and that my daily results are going to vary while I wait for the big payoff. Setting goals often causes conflicting emotions because they have a dual nature. They give you something to look forward to, but they also are far away and can make you feel like you've got all the time in the world. A year will pass and you're no closer to achieving the goal. That's why it's important to determine what you really want and then create daily tasks, behaviors, habits that get you closer to your goal step by step, day by day, even when it doesn't feel good or you can't see the progress. Most people who are overnight successes have been toiling quietly in the background for years. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to. So keep identifying that next tree in the distance and be sure to enjoy the scenery as you go.